You're probably on board today.
Fella.
Good afternoon from NPL Women's New South Wales. It's round 24. We are in the third last round of the home and away season, and this afternoon we're at Popondetta Park on the synthetic for the Western City Rangers against Sydney Olympic, a match which promised much a couple of weeks ago when the Western City Rangers enjoyed a 6-1 win against the Illawarra Stingrays, that perhaps they could stretch out their stay of execution against relegation, but results last weekend have condemned them to the drop. There's no way that they will be able to stay up in NPL Women's New South Wales in season 2026, but they still have pride to play for, and also some individuals might be in contention for A-League Women's, or also, you never know, the gold medal, or basically a chance to be in the shop window for 3 more games in the top flight. For Sydney Olympic, they sit 8th. They can't make the finals, but they can still push up the table. And in the club championship, interestingly, coming into the weekend, they could still finish anywhere between 5th and 13th. So they have every incentive to play out the season, because how it's remembered will no doubt come down to how they finish in these last 3 games. Let's get to the teams. Western City Rangers, Renee Kirstanovska wearing 88 in goal, 8 Jarell Boutros, 12 Miriam Mostagimi, 13 Catalina Wazinski, 14 Chloe Gordon, 15 Isabel Zogby, 20 Kira Hastings, 23 Claire Holder, 26 Summer Grauck, 46 Charlotte Page Johnson, and 57 Trudy Camilleri. Sydney Olympic goalkeeper wearing number 39 is Sophia Varley, 7 Lola Sosai, 8 Tiana Petkovski, 9 Lauren Nada, 10 Ruby Nathan, 11 Juliana Nicholas, 12 Bella Voisey Yulden, 17 Morgan Witz, 19 Peter Trimmis, 31 Kai Buchanan, and 72 Baxter Thew. So it is an Olympic team with plenty of players who are aspiring to return to A-League Women's in the summer. They've got a couple of players back who were playing against Chelsea last weekend. Peter Trimmis was lining up in that game. Now she's back in the blue of Sydney Olympic for today. On the benches, Western City Rangers, Samantha Wilkinson, Layla Barton, Isabella Preston, Rakaya Alfaraja, Elizabeth Bailey, Estella Sen, and Gabriella Silva. And on the bench for Olympic, Tara Budana, Maya Braun, Isabel Antoniou, Jaya Bowman, Maya Fernandez, and Tess Quilligan. It's a mild afternoon on the synthetic, perfect conditions at Popondetta Park, and we're underway in this NPL New South Wales Women's Round 24 match. Western City Rangers against Sydney Olympic, and Rangers playing their first game after relegation from the top flight was confirmed, so they'll be getting ready for a season in League One next season, but this is a 3-game showcase for their players to sign off from the top division. And immediately a turnover early in the game in the defensive half, and a cross coming in which was cleared away from Juliana Nicholas. She's back, I'm told, after a 5-week holiday in Europe, so ready to resume her season, which has 8 goals. No doubt we'll be hoping to push up and get into double figures and join her teammate Morgan Witz, who is the top scorer with 11. Here's Wazinski, not able to run onto the ball there, and it runs down to Sophia Varley. The two coaches, John Sarukas and Sam McGowan, exchanging a handshake at kickoff. Here's Baxter Thew on the ball now for Olympic. We're in the setting sun here at Popondetta Park this afternoon. The artificial light will take over inevitably during the first half, as Thew plays the ball into midfield, where she finds Peter Trimmis. And a blocked pass. It's going to fall kindly here. Claire Holder, good, a long shot from distance, but is going to dance on the ball here. Now tries to prod it through a gap. Jarell Boutros. It's got support coming through the right here. Breaking forward, Kira Hastings, and totaled by the challenge. Solid from Kai Buchanan. You can see the left knee very heavily bandaged for her, but no apprehension going into that challenge. And then a through ball here will find Ruby Nathan, who has sprung the defence. She's onside here. Ruby Nathan steadies, and a left-footed shot with no real power behind it. And she waves to apologise to teammates who were hoping for a cut across, but you can't begrudge her shooting there. It was a good pass. The referee had the whistle in the mouth, thinking about blowing a foul, but paid a good advantage there. Off the head of Bella Voisey Yulden, falling to Trudy Camilleri. Now Lauren Nada comes across and wins the ball. Voisey Yulden turning and giving the ball away with that pass. Charlotte Page Johnson now trying to work through the left. Western City Rangers, but no success. And Nada with the back pass down to Sophia Varley. Here's Lola Sosai on the ball, down the wing. Nathan, who's had one good chance already. Boise Yulden consolidates back to Varley once again. Baxter Thew looks up at Trudy Camilleri and concedes ground. And that clearance over the head and out to the Western City Rangers bench. Goal scoring certainly been the issue for Western City Rangers this season. 19 out of their 23 games before today, either 0 or 1. As that's a beautiful first touch from Peter Trimmis, bringing down a long ball, breaking onto the left, and not thinking too much about a shot on her non-preferred side there, and ultimately does win the first corner of the game. Really nice first touch, though, from Trimmis, and she'll go over and now take the corner kick. So, first corner of the game coming up here for Trimmis. Lands in the 6-yard box, and no one attacking the ball. There was a leap from Lola Sosai at the near post. It went well over her head, and then it ran out to the back post, where it's gone out for a corner on the opposite side. And so coming over will be Juliana Nicholas to take consecutive corners here for Sydney Olympic as they look for an early goal. Left-footed is hooked in at the near post, cleared away by Chloe Gordon. Second chance, though, for Sosai. Cuts it across. Bella Voisi Yulden extracts a shot, but not much power behind it, and easily held by Kirstanovska. Bouncing clearance off the synthetic. Nada steadies and clears. Trimmis up for the header. Through comes Isabella Zogby. Johnson now for Western City Rangers. Plays it to Camilleri. And a misplaced pass misses Camilleri and runs out for a throw-in. It's been a big day at the top of the table today with Apia Leichhardt held to a 1-1 draw by the Illawarra Stingrays. Hard to believe given that only a couple of weeks ago here at this ground it was 6-1 in favour of Western City Rangers against the Stingrays. So they've steadied. Been able to have a big say as a banana skin in the title race at the end of the season as we see Zogby come across with some good defending and knocking the ball out away from the feet of Juliana Nicholas for a corner which will be taken quickly and short. Trimmis was immediately under pressure from an opponent and so had to concede 10 metres. Now back to Nicholas, who's going to lift in a left-footed cross, but well, it was sailing out for a goal kick, and indeed that's what it is. It was caught by the goalkeeper, but after it had already crossed the line. As the lights come on here on the synthetic at Popondetta Park. Miriam Mostagimi with a pass out to the left. Johnson, her advances blocked. Lauren Nada winning the ball and dashing forward here. Great speed from Nada down the wing. The cross is blocked away by Chloe Gordon. Nada retakes possession for Olympic. Concedes some ground. Now across from a standing start. Kirstanovska down and had to be sure-handed there. Holding onto that long ball that flew in. Off the head of Kai Buchanan, and that will run out for a throw-in. It was Tiana Petkovsky with that cross, which was dealt with there. Camilleri sends the ball through the right. Sosai comes across for Olympic and is able to make the interception. Catalina Wazinski second to the ball. Played out by Buchanan. Ruby Nathan gives possession away. Chloe Gordon bouncing ball, and Olympic have got the numbers back covering.
Get cut straight away inside, just slide inside.
all the way back to Sophia Varley. And that's an awkward pass for Voisey Yulden because Chloe Gordon is leading the press. Buchanan, now Trimis in a bit of space and can wheel away from Summer Grauke. But that crossfield pass has been intercepted. Jarell Boutros plays it to Camilleri, late through the left side of the box, but it didn't quite set up for Holder. And now Nicholas. Now Morgan Witt's backtracking here, defends that cross high and out, and it will be the first corner of the game for the Western City Rangers to be taken over on the left. Definitely a height advantage in the Olympic team today with Baxter Thew, Ruby Nathan. Morgan Witts we've seen score headed goals this year, but she's going to be back helping out in defence on this one. So here comes the corner kick. High to the back post. Varley got a fist up in the nick of time, and it will be repeat corners for Western City now. Just for a second there, it looked like Varley might have got under the ball, but reached up and was able to punch it on its way through. And so Trudy Camilleri will take the corner from the right-hand side now. So a driven corner. First header is Western City Rangers. It was Mostagimi, but couldn't put the header on target. And it slides out for a goal kick. So first attacking foray of note for the home side. They have won just the 3 games so far this season. 2 draws, 18 losses, but crucially it's the 25 goals scored, which has been the main headache for them this season. Especially when you consider 6 of them did come in 1 game. Voisey Yulden playing out to the left side. Across comes Tiana Petkovski. Oh, misplaced pass. Misses Voisey Yulden, but Kai Buchanan was quickly awake to the danger, stepping out and retrieving the ball. And now Voisey Yulden thinking about a switch over to the right. And has got Morgan Witts in her sights. And the American takes possession and looks to Moda. Morgan Witts building up speed and plays it to Lauren Nada on the underlap. Nada with a cross through the 6-yard box and sure hands from Renee Kirstanovska. That link-up was a good one out on the right, though, from Olympic. And Witts is going to win the ball back immediately here. Plays the pass to Peter Trimis. Nada. Plays the ball to Witts. Back to Nada. Running down into the corner. Stomps and twists one way, then the other. Frees up some space for a cross in. Mostagimi wins the header at the near post. Gordon volleying away. But again, the right flank is the main attacking path for Sydney Olympic in these opening exchanges. Throw in. Finds its way to Petkovski. Cuts it back from the byline. Nada, a low-driven cross, which Mostagimi will clear. Thew, considerably taller than Camilleri, to win the header. Now Sosai. Can't quite spot Trimis with the pass, but Trimis is going to press here regardless and just make it a little bit awkward for Western City as they play out of their defence. Camilleri. Blocked pass, and that's going to set up kindly for Baxter Thew. Petkovski. And now Nada. And that pass will reset back at the feet of the goalkeeper, Sophia Varley.
Follow through, Summer! Keep one side! Okay, Kat, reaction now. Come on, come on!
Nada at right back. Through comes Boutros, winning possession, lifts in across. It's going to fall kindly here. And the opportunity for Western to score first blocked away. And the follow-up is there. Summer Grauke has volleyed in and put Western City Rangers into a 1-0 lead. And while the initial chance was blocked by the desperation of Baxter Thew getting back to make a block, It just sat up kindly inside the penalty area. And Summer Grawk was able to finish. It was Wazinski who had the initial shot, few with the block, but in doing so, it sat up kindly. And it is a first goal of the season for Summer Grawk to make it Western City Rangers 1, Sydney Olympic 0. And even though we are only 1 week into them having been relegated, the Western City Rangers, maybe they are still going to be competitive and a banana skin until the end of the season. Summer Grawk, the 16-year-old, hitting the back of the net here.
Hey, right idea there, guys. Good. Elbow, let's go. Lads, let's go.
So Olympic, who had looked promising in the first 10 minutes or so,
Charlie, go!
are now chasing a deficit here.
Go beyond Charlie!
Boutros plays the ball into the middle for Claire Holder. Holder's path is blocked by Voisey Yulden. Witz out to the right, Petkovsky. And sets Juliana Nicholas away, but it's good work out off the line from Kirstanovska, who just tumbled late. Only off balance, not an injury, and she's quickly back on her feet to retreat into the penalty area.
Jarrell, come in the pocket. Jarrell, ready? Or go beyond. Good. Go high. And then Jarrell.
Now Isabel Zogby can steady and play back to Kirstanovska.
Find the space, Jarrell. So Jarrell, just look at where Kira is and do the opposite, yeah? You're doing well.
I mentioned that Western City Rangers have kept 3 wins this season. They have not kept a clean sheet this season. They have conceded in every game, so if they can find a way to keep their first clean sheet of the season here, it would be most welcome to grab them a win. And they're playing with a bit of confidence now, having taken the lead. Boutros with an early ball. Gets a second go at it here. And blocked away on both occasions by Lola Sosai. Throw-in taken here by Hastings. Flicked into the edge of the penalty area. Petkovsky comes across. Nathan being hustled by Hastings. Here comes Buchanan. Caught in a tangle. And Chloe Gordon, well, gives the ball away with the back pass, and that could prove to be dangerous. Well, the flag's up. I'm not sure how, because it was a pass from the Western City Rangers player that ended up at the feet of Juliana Nicholas there. Anyway, doesn't seem to be too much protesting going on. Yeah, it was Chloe Gordon's pass that was seized upon by Juliana Nicholas. Anyway, one for the referee assessors during the week. Here's Claire Holder. Nada plays the back pass to Varley. Varley getting pressed here. Still takes a touch. Clears it onto the head of Sosai. As it bounces down the left side. Nathan. Think back to the chance that Ruby Nathan had right at the beginning of the game. Could have been really demoralising for Western City Rangers, but now they've got a foothold in the match. Could give us a good contest today. Throwing down the left flank. Trimus chasing after the ball. And across comes the goal scorer, Grawk, and concedes a corner. So here's the corner. Big pack of players. It's off the head of Petkovsky. And it's going to be kept in by Nicholas, right against the line. They can recycle the ball here, Olympic. Petkovsky volleys it down, and then Chloe Gordon with a well-struck clearance to emphatically get the ball away out to the safety of the left sideline as the Western City Rangers see it. Thew, back pass is dangerous here. Varley comes out, just toe dinks it away from Holder in the nick of time. Buchanan, now Trimis. Trimis sends the ball out to the right. Good run from Witts. Meets the ball in stride, Morgan Witts. What's on in the middle? Well, can't find a teammate with the cutback. And Western City Rangers will clear it away. Thew wins the ball for Olympic. Grauke, good challenge. No backward steps being taken. She's scored a goal, and now she's showing us all what she can do here, Summer Grauke, but the return pass proved too hot to take possession. And now Olympic through the right. Witts sets it out in front of Nada, asking a lot for her to chase it down with Mostagimi in position. And now Mostagimi is sent out towards the corner here in defence.
Easy, just rest inside here, help us.
Long ball, Grauke, flag stays, nope, flag does go up just as she was getting close to the ball there. And Sophia Varley was out of her line to clear regardless. So we're almost 20 minutes in, and it's 1-0 to Western City Rangers. Only cosmetic as far as their season is concerned. And it could mean a lot to this group of players to get a win, especially given Olympics' recent form has been pretty good. Only last week they lost to the Northern Tigers, but prior to that they'd been 4 games unbeaten and had won 3 in a row. So
Charlie, let's go.
while they weren't mounting any sort of a challenge for the top 4, they were making things difficult for all the teams around them in what has been a pretty clustered mid-table, just that level below the finals race this season. The top 4 already locked in.
Keep it there! Come on, keep it there!
Trimis buzzing around on the ball, wants to advance here. Through the middle, Trimis goes. Tries to play it to Juliana Nicholas, but intercepted at the centre of defence. Boutros able to clear it, but only as far as Buchanan. That back pass is going to take some retrieving from Lola Sosai. And Severe Farley looking comfortable on the ball. And that pass will miss Trimis in the middle. Zogby. Now Gordon. Chloe Gordon able to evade the challenge from Petkovsky. Mostagimi wants to go forward here. However, she's run into trouble in the form of Trimis, and Trimis breaks past and now has half the field to sprint. Numbers getting forward in the middle. Peter Trimis into the box she goes. Can she finish? Parried away by Kirstenovska. Well, she's lightning quick, Peter Trimis, and Western City Rangers learnt that there. But she wasn't able to quite put it out of reach of Kirstenovska. Shooting on a tight angle. And a good parried save from the keeper to put it out for a corner kick. So they've had a few corners, a handful now, Sydney Olympic. And Trimis remains on corner duty from the left side here. In at the near post, it tumbles on, Gordon clears, and now we could see a counter because Camilleri does have Holder ahead of the ball. Camilleri trying to swerve past Nada, and Nada is able to short-circuit the counter-attack and win the ball away well. Plays it out to the left, set out in front of Ruby Nathan, and Hastings comes across and concedes a throw-in.
You can start more inside, just see ball, see her.
So a throw-in level with the penalty box. Sosai into the box. Petkovsky turns to the byline. Petkovsky cuts it back. Intercepted and cleared away by Zogby. Boise Yulden Now Nicholas. Trimis is in space. And she's got a long shot in mind here, Trimis. And Kirstanovska not going to be caught out by that attempt. Dipped late and ended up being at a very catchable height. Just lacked the power behind it to really make it difficult for the Western City Rangers goalkeeper. Olympics' pursuit of an equaliser stepping up here, though.
No forward, no forward.
Voisa Yulden. Back to Sosai. Voisa Yulden playing it to Sosai. Sprinting forward here. And had Nicholas ahead of the ball, but didn't find her with the pass, and it just runs down to Kirstanovska. But Olympic on top in general play now. They might be behind on the scoreboard, but they are building to something. Sosai clears, and that runs down to Kirstanovska as well. So earlier today it was a 1-1 draw between the Illawarra Stingrays and Apia Leichhardt. And up at Christie Park, Glazeeville Ravens 4-0 loss to Hills United. So Hills' strong finish to the season continues. Actually jumped up to 27 points. They're in 10th place now. Hills, it's coming off the back of a pretty comprehensive win against Western City Rangers last weekend. So they're stringing together a few wins at the end of the campaign. And then elsewhere, we're yet to have a goal. It's scoreless between Manly United and Bulls Academy, and also Western Sydney Wanderers and Sydney University. So we've got the only goal so far.
Set up, set up. Kira, jump. Easy, closer, much closer, easy, come on.
Witts has switched wings to come over and play on the left now. Trying to head it to her own advantage. Gordon clears. Sosai scooping to the ball. Both teams think it's their throw-in. Western City Rangers get the nod. Hastings to take. Boutros only as far as Voisa Yulden. Trimis immediately challenged by Zogby, but Petkovski will feed it back through the left. Trimis in a battle, and Hastings holds her ground again to be able to clear it away. Finally with a long ball, Trimis. Flag stays down here. Peter Trimis has sprung the back line again on a tight angle over on the left. Is going to cut it back, and it sits up in the 6-yard box after the parry from Kirstanovska. Brought down by Petkovski, and her shot is over the bar. Oh, the right idea from Tiana Petkovski there to have a go. She's scored 4 times this season, but that one over the bar. And Trimis' speed is going to be a major headache regardless of where she pops up in this game. Recently, with the under-20 national team, Trimis looks like a handball by Gordon, and the referee agrees. This is right on the edge of shooting range here. Wonder if some will fancy their chances from distance. See, this venue has lent itself to long shots this season, regardless of who the home or away team has been. Something about the fresh synthetic that has just worked out beautifully for players having a go from a long way out, and maybe it's Lola Sosai's turn here.
Just be ready to double up with Kira.
Hasn't scored a goal this season, so can she fire now? It's flat, and on one bounce, that's well held by Kirstanovska. No thoughts of a bobble or a parry, because Baxter Thew was going to be the first player to follow in for any rebound. And now Thew popping up in midfield here, but Western City Rangers want to advance the ball. Lazinski plays it forward, but Nada is there to clean up and play it back to Varley.
Yep, jump, Trudy, come on, Trudy.
Boise Yulden, long ball again. And Witts might have been offside that time. So the winger swap that Olympic have done here after the first 20 minutes or so is Morgan Witts coming over to the left and Ruby Nathan going over to the right side. It looks as though Western Sydney Rangers might have answered in kind because Catalina Wazinski is now standing over on the left side of their attack. Exchange of headers back and forth. Buchanan coming out and big 50-50. Hastings did well to stand her ground. And now Camilleri will be the beneficiary, rolling it away to Holder. And now out to the wing. Wazinski is there. And not quite able to spot Johnson on the underlapping pass. Nada with a good challenge to win the ball away. Petkovski. And Nicholas sets it out to the right wing where Nada is going to sprint onto the ball. Who's getting forward in the middle? Nada plays the early pass and just didn't have the elevation to get it past Miriam Mostagimi. And Western City Rangers will now, or should have the numbers here to work it out of defence. Johnson plays the ball to Holder. And breaking through, Wazinski. And now Wazinski being grabbed and grappled by Few, but the referees put the whistle away. And now the attack slows. Wazinski trying to speed it right back up. Boutros, can she run this ball down? It's hard against the line, and it just wins the race there on the synthetic. It just kept rolling. Didn't decelerate at all. That made it a bit hard to chase down. That was end-to-end, though. Entertaining stuff. Sydney Olympics' search for a goal continues, and they are committing plenty of numbers forward, which gives the opportunity for Western City Rangers on the counter-attack. And we are only 3 weeks removed from them conceding 9 against the Western Sydney Wanderers, but they look like a completely different team today in terms of their commitment and application. Camilleri out-wrestled by Boise Yulden, and illegally so, with a foul given here. So a mid-range free kick that potentially can be dropped into the penalty area, but it looks like the centre-backs aren't going to be sent forward here. So who's Camilleri aiming for at this set piece? Drops it at the penalty spot, headed away comfortably enough by Baxter Thew. Petkovski. Nathan volleys it early. Now Juliana Nicholas chasing and trying to bring the ball under control. Pass to Petkovski, but out steps Hastings to win the ball away. Good network of passes. Chloe Gordon from central midfield, trying to feed it through the right. Boutros often chasing, being followed by Sosai. And a good block by Sosai. Clears the ball away. Again, the game remains open and attacking. Head to the penalty area for Western City Rangers. In comes the cross. Headed clear by Boise Yulden, and Trimmis is first to respond. However, upsets Johnson, and just a bit of a speculative attempt there. No real conviction behind the strike. It was more of a clearing kick that just happened to end up in the attacking penalty area rather than a shot on goal. Here's Buchanan. And Witts his legs, caught by Kira Hastings there, and the foul given.
Just stay with us here. Hack, closer to Chloe here. Chloe's passed on.
Few into midfield. Petkovski. And a nice little bit of space here to pick out a pass over to Morgan Witts at the edge of the box. Witts onto her right is going to drive and put it over the bar, but the chances are coming. Think of the Petkovski long shot a couple of minutes ago. Now Witts, both of them over the crossbar. Olympic must feel like they're getting closer, though.
Good, Ren. Let's cause a problem. Build up. Which way? Pick a side.
These two have played very few draws this season. Only 2 draws for Western City, only 3 for Olympic. It's been either win or loss. No in between. I reckon we're going to get Nothing less today. When they met back in round 11, it was a 3-1 win for Sydney Olympic at the Crest, with Catalina Wazinski scoring for the Western City Rangers. Morgan Witt scored a double, and Tess Quilligan, who's on the bench for Sydney Olympic, popped up with their third goal. But Witts has happy memories of playing against the team in green, and she's on the ball right here. Trimis. Ambitious crossfield pass is going to be intercepted by Johnson, but Petkovsky, well, played it into Johnson. Didn't know much about it, but the block worked. Now Nicholas. Ruby Nathan from the right wing. Nathan, a low drilling cross, and Witts in the middle. Couldn't get the finishing touch on it. She lunged out for the ball. Appearingly had a player falling into the ball with her, into her back maybe, maybe not. It's out for a goal kick. Great pass from Nathan. Just needed the tap in there and didn't miss by much. I mean, Witts has made it, but I think she led with her left foot rather than her right and just couldn't get to the ball in the nick of time. And the ball slid through without anyone getting a touch on it in the end. Brought down by Camilleri. Chloe Gordon. Intercepted by Lauren Nada. Now Nada pass through the right channel, and it's going to lead to a corner kick. You just see Nathan biding her time for when to sweep onto the ball, and Zombie made the decision to come in and challenge at the exact same time and deflected it away. So Juliana Nicholas has been on corner duty from this right side. Makes sure the ball is perfectly set. Nicholas's corner, in swinging to the near post. Oh, Sosai headed it the wrong way. Got up to the ball, but it just broke the wrong way off the header. Great chance, gone begging. Now Nada picks out Trimis. Trimis, Few with a looping header. And that could have been dangerous, but Kirstanovska corrected course and quickly doubled back onto her goal line to hold. Just watching the stream back. Yeah, first header Lola Sosai, and she heads it the wrong way. Away from goal rather than towards.
Get away, Sarah, get away. Good. Come light.
Block here by Witts, and Sydney Olympic are going to go on the attack again here. Witts breaks to the left, trying to turn on the afterburners. Hastings crashes in. Great challenge. Did not take a backward step there, and it does go out for a corner kick, which seems like scant reward for such a brave piece of defending, but it is yet another set-piece opportunity for Sydney Olympic. So Peter Trimis has had a number of corners to find her range here, and is again putting it right in the mixer. Nathan flew highest, but didn't make any contact with the ball. And Zogby is able to clear at the back post. Boise Yulden, Few. Now Nicholas, caught by the backtracking Camilleri. And Western City Rangers through Chloe Gordon are going to play out from the back.
Just see the ball, Jarrell, we might lose. See the ball.
Nada steps in, able to win the ball. Very nicely done. Nathan tries to turn and go. Nada accelerates down the right, and that's where the ball is heading. Across comes Johnson. Nada left her foot in and is able to keep the ball at Olympic feet, and then a very nice sidestep to open up some space. Swings across into the box. Witts meets it, and the finish at close range from Nicholas once, twice, and it's there for a goal. Sydney Olympic are level, and Juliana Nicholas's 9th of the season. Safe to say it had been coming for the visiting team, and they level it up 1-1. Western City Rangers kept fighting and persisting for that entire phase of play, but ultimately it was the cross that found Witts, and Juliana Nicholas absolutely lashed that first chance, and Renee Kirstanovska made an excellent save, it must be said, but it absolutely floored her, took the wind out of her, and she was able to block the ball with that first strike, and then the parry fell in an unmissable way to Juliana Nicholas, who was able to run in and score. And she is up to 9 for the campaign. Only Morgan Witts with 11 has more in the team. It was their first goal since scoring the winner against the Illawarra Stingrays back in round 22. So we're 1-1 and level. Olympic certainly firmly on top, but Western City Rangers can be encouraged by their first half showing here. You just wonder, is there a tipping point in this game where if Sydney Olympic continue to create with the frequency that they have, that Western City might find it a bit too hard to resist.
Come on! Jump, Terrell, let's go! Good!
Boutros challenging, and Western City get the decision.
Lock up, guys, let's go!
Hastings challenging Witts. Oh, Witts almost refereeing herself there. You can't stop. The whistle never went. Here's Gordon. Witts back in. And now the whistle will go. And you can see that coming from a mile off there. The disappointment initially of Witts not getting the foul and then going and conceding one of her own. So a free kick just inside the halfway line for Western City to be taken by Mostagimi. Will land it at the edge of the penalty area. Buchanan heads it down. Petkovsky now breaking forward. Sosai. Pass intercepted by Mostagimi. Sosai back in. And it runs out for a throw.
Summer, just see who you got. Ball side, goal side, get ready. Jump, take you the 9, go!
Buchanan.
Show one way,
Back to Varley. Sun almost completely down now. The lights in full effect here at Popondetta Park. Trimis back to Buchanan. Oh, had to play it quickly under pressure and gives it away to Holder. Holder loves a long shot but can't quite catch that one. And, well, it went wide, but Claire Holder's arguing that it took a big deflection off Baxter Few on the way past. The central referee disagrees. It will be a goal kick. Home side thought they maybe should have had a corner.
Go! Hey, well done.
Nada. Again, what a burst of acceleration there, but fortunately for Western City, Johnson was in position to block it away. Nicholas, the goal scorer for Olympic. Switching flanks to Buchanan. Sosai takes possession, dashing to the edge of the box. Sosai's cross, blocked initially, and it'll go behind for a corner. Almost into double figures on corners here, Sydney Olympic. And yet, it doesn't feel like the ball has been permanently living down at their attacking end. So Trimis takes the corner. First head, Nathan, and it's up from Witts, and a header looping into the gloves of Kirstanovska. Well, it was a good initial header from Ruby Nathan, and maybe her own teammate there, Morgan Witts, has lessened the chance of scoring by sticking out the right foot at it there, dare I suggest. Anyway, hard to turn off the striker's instincts inside the 6-yard box. Boutros. Camilleri turns into the middle, trying to burn away here. Camilleri attempted through ball. Tough for Holder to run down, though. Well defended by Baxter Few and protected the ball for Varley to come out and claim.
Hey, we got a step. Don't let him go long. Big one, Trudy. Come on.
Buchanan's pass. Witts on the turn. Nicholas looked offside, and the assistant referee over on the outer side agrees.
That was the one, Trudy. Good press. Well done.
That pass just a little too sharp for Juliana Nicholas to duck back into an onside position. Long ball to restart play off the head of Sosai. Witts is going to keep it in. Plays back to Kai Buchanan. Trimis stuck her left foot out at the ball, but couldn't redirect it to a teammate. Few comes through, more confidently this time, and sends it out to the right. Ruby Nathan. Nicholas has run offside again ahead of the ball, and Nathan is more focused on just trying to keep possession over on the wing. Few. Boise Yulden. Buchanan. Over to Sosai. And Sosai trying to make the run of Witts. Witts able to spin around. Can she keep her feet? Knocks it back to Lola Sosai. And now the drive into the box. Nicholas pops up. Great first touch. Blocked away by Kirstanovska. That was point blank. Well, offside or not, Renee Kirstanovska has made an excellent save there. And the flag stays down. It would have counted had it gone in. Oh, the goalkeeper may be a bit busy protesting about the offside to really appreciate what a brilliant save that was. I mean, watching it back on the replay, yes, just a really good run from Juliana Nicholas to stay onside there. And it would have been a very slick goal had she stuck the finish away. Trimis's corner, first header is Olympics. Witts is denied. Kirstanovska down to make another save. She's had a busy half, the Western City Rangers goalkeeper, and comes up with another save from an on-target shot there.
Stay wide, Charlie. Good.
Petkovski, are we going to get an addition to the score before half-time? Can Western City Rangers hold on for this last minute plus stoppage and get to half-time with parity at least? No fourth official, so all stoppage at the discretion of the central referee. To be honest, it's the first half that's gone quite quickly. There haven't been any real delays of note.
Go through, Summer, go through.
Trips. Challenged by Grauck. He's going to have to concede ground back to Buchanan.
Closer, clear.
Boise Yulden. Baxter Thew, got to be careful. Able to step out of trouble. Kai Buchanan. And the release pass out to the right. Anticipated and intercepted by Johnson. Down the line from Wazinski. And that's going to run harmlessly away. Few with a switch of flanks. Over to Sosai. Loose touch. Opens the door for Boutros, but Trimis in the right position. Boise Yulden challenged by Chloe Gordon. And then Nada backtracking here to again prevent Western City Rangers from advancing the ball. Half-time at Wanderers Football Park. Scoreless between Western Sydney and Sydney University. Here goes Petkovski down the right. Good touch and a good run from Petkovski and a low drive. Parried. It sits up for Witts. Can't get there. Good defending from Hastings. And the half-time whistle goes. And there was one last save to make for Renee Kirstanovska. She has been extremely busy in this game. But it has all been to the benefit of Western City Rangers. They took the lead through Summer Grauck. Sydney Olympic have spent most of this half on the attack and eventually did get reward for all their creating. And it was Juliana Nicholas who popped up to equalise, but that is the scoring done to the halfway point of the match. You'll see stats and then some highlights through the halftime break, and we'll be back with you in about 10 to 12 minutes for the second 45. For now, at Popondetta Park, it's Western City Rangers 1, Sydney Olympic 1.
spirit. We've been able to head the ball away on the first two. As Natali delivers, this time Murray meets the ball very well and steers it into the back of the net with ease. Savannah Murray, the captain. Cross comes in from Zumaya. Natali gets a touch, and the Wanderers are up 2-0.
Corner is taken. Ball into the middle from Sutton. Isabella Rudd tries to get it further in. Sarah Farah takes the shot. It's snuck past Ashley Hughes. It's ball won by Bishop. Goes to Chelsea Harpaw. Sarah Hunter takes a shot. Sarah Hunter has equalised. A moment of magic from Sarah Hunter in the 64th minute.
NSW's third of the afternoon. Moreno delivers again. Header in at the near post. Ava Collins opens the scoring here at Linwood Park.
So congratulations to the Holman Barnes Group and to RPA Leichhardt for the acquisition of the Central Coast Mariners women's team. Camas will now look to play the advantage. She'll have a strike, open space, and Camas gets one in early. Brilliantly played by Lena Camas, the veteran. Good pass down to Hoban, and now good flick pass to Walker, and she'll have a strike, but will be dangerous here, dangerous, and Capitanellis equalises for RPA Leichhardt. The captain in Ashley Letta gets around Scarmadella, look to pass it. Capitanellis strikes again, and that's the second goal for RPA Leichhardt, and they take the lead. Spare time, quick free kick to be taken by McNulty to Roberts. She'll go long. She'll look to find. Goes into the net, does it? Yes, it does. Scores are equalised. It'll be intercepted there by Daxo, and McNulty was looking to play the advantage. Cabanellis passes it back. This timed here, and here's a chance now for Hoban. It's been blocked there. Here's a chance for Ashley Letta, and it goes into the net, and Apia take back the lead. So Ashley Letta ready to line this one up to make it 5-2. Strikes it easily, as you like, for the captain of RPA Leichhardt. That's goal 26 of the season, and it is now... Well, I said 5-2, I meant 4-2. Get it right, McNally.
The game being played in the middle third at the moment. Dale help progress the ball beyond that. She'll look to, it's a lovely run. Inside the box, Sienna Dale! It's masterful! There's your bit of quality! O'Shea gets it from Hooks. Oh, it's a dreadful giveaway. And it lets Manly United back in! And it's lashed home from Chloe O'Brien to double the lead! We're taken short, as Manly have tended to do. Back here with Horsley! It works so well! And what a strike!
Coach Johnson now. Sino. Square ball. Who's at the back post? Need Burns. Now here come Hills again. Here's Tavares on the right. Chance to make it two. Oh, yes he does! It's 2 in 2 minutes for Hills United. Oh, Hastings give it away. Stanek Floody. Chance here for United to make it 3. Alvarez with a brace.
And Morris is able to pinch the pocket of Sophia Varley, and Morris gets a goal very much against the run of play. It's the Tigers who take the lead. Tougher league this season, but is the Tigers' top scorer on the year. Meanwhile, Witts cutting back on her left foot, and Morgan Witts finds the back of the net. The speed was the real killer there. Feeney looking over the top. Morris lays it off. McMahon. They reply very quickly within a minute. Restoring the lead are the Northern Tigers. The long ball that hasn't really been working eventually pays off.
Every week, hundreds of thousands of people turn up around football grounds around New South Wales. Parents, kids, refs, coaches and volunteers. Cardiac incidents can happen to anyone at any time on the pitch.
Right now, not every club has a defibrillator.
And the ones that do are not always maintained or ready to use. In a critical moment, with a defib, that could save lives. That's why Football New South Wales, St John Ambulance and Toyota have come together for Every Beat Matters to help clubs around New South Wales to access defibrillators, cover maintenance and build a register so we know exactly where every unit is around the state. All you need to do is buy a ticket through Raffle Ticks. $5 can make a difference. Every ticket goes towards funding defibrillators and maintenance for clubs that need it most. A live fundraising board shows exactly how much is being raised. And every ticket you buy puts you in the draw to win a Toyota Corolla. One ticket, real impact. Help your club be ready when it matters. So buy your ticket today.
Welcome back to live pictures from Popondetta Park. We're at half-time of this NPL Women's New South Wales Round 24 match. It is Western City Rangers 1, Sydney Olympic 1. Western City opened the scoring through Summer Grok, equaliser for Olympic coming from Juliana Nicholas. And at half-time, Sydney Olympic have made a substitution. Maya Fernandez in the number 58 shirt has run out to join the huddle. We'll work out who she's been subbed for in a moment, but she was warming up all through the half-time break, so that change was on the cards as Olympic look to complete the comeback here. They certainly finished the half on top. And even though Western City Rangers were able to take the lead, their goalkeeper, Renee Kirstanovska, has been absolutely vital to keeping this 1-1 scoreline. The game is currently poised. So, back underway at the start of the second 45. And Sydney Olympic getting a feel for the ball at the start of the second half. It looks as though it might be Ruby Nathan who has made way here at halftime for Maya Fernandez. Just doing a quick head count of who's out on the pitch. Front three for Olympic at the moment, or almost a front four when Peter Trimis drifts in. But it's Morgan Witz on the left, Tiana Petkovsky up top, and Juliana Nicholas on the right. Trimis in attacking midfield. And then behind her, Maya Fernandez. Here goes Morgan Witz, the American, breaking down the left, trying to take on Kira Hastings here. And doesn't quite fashion across because Hastings again, who's certainly been a good match for Witz over on that flank, is able to deflect the ball out for a corner kick. And corners were certainly one of the stories of the first half for Sydney Olympic. They had so many. Ultimately, they were able to score from open play, but they had no shortage of set pieces trying to find a way through. Here's the corner, floating to a pack of players, turned away by the Western City defence though, so their corner defence continues to hold up. Kai Buchanan was back along with Lauren Nada here for Olympic, and they want to keep the tempo high. Fernandez, first touch off the bench for her, sliding the ball sideways over to Trimis, and now out to Lola Sosai, who spent a lot of the first half getting up and down the left flank. Sosai with the pass, it's going to pick out Petkovsky, leaves the ball with Witz. And Witz gets a shot in, and first use of the gloves in the half for Renee Kirstanovska, who's down to hold on to that cross. So, yes, the change, Ruby Nathan off, and the number 58, Maya Fernandez, on. Looks as though Western City have the same 11 at the start of the second half that started the match. Chloe Gordon, very important player for them in central midfield in that first half, just trying to prevent Sydney Olympic from overwhelming the home side here. Catalina Wazinski. Pass is intercepted by Belavoisa Yulden, but it falls to Charlotte Page-Johnson. Now Wazinski. Nice little back heel. Not quite. Not going to find a teammate coming through there from Holder. Lauren Nada read it like a book and was able to play it back to Sophia Varley in goal. Now Tiana Petkovsky. She's been put up to the top of the attack with those halftime changes to the goal scorer, Juliana Nicholas. Oh, played it right into her own teammate there, and it deflects away. Grok is dispossessed by Fernandez's challenge, but it's going to fall kindly for Camilleri. Camilleri plays it through the right for Jarell Boutros. Boutros with a little dink forward, asking a lot of Charlotte Page-Johnson, who couldn't quite get across to take possession, and through comes Baxter Thew. Thew to Witz, and Witz is going to turn on the afterburners here and trying to take on Hastings. These two resume their duel, and Hastings is back in with good physicality there, refusing to be beaten. The right back from Western City Rangers, and clears the ball away safely.
Charlie, 19.
Block tackle in midfield coming from Grok, and it falls to Holder. And now Camilleri, the most advanced player, got the entire Olympic defence to deal with, so waiting for support. It arrived in the form of Holder, but she was quickly dispossessed by Voisa Yulden. And now Witz with a crossfield ball, bouncing into the path of Nicholas. Juliana Nicholas plays it to Peter Trimis. Trimis with a shot on the fly, and Kirstanovska bats it down out for a corner kick. Wasn't able to catch it cleanly, but priority number one was to avoid conceding, and that she did. And given that Western City Rangers have been able to survive so many corners so far. Maybe they won't be that concerned about conceding yet another. As Nicholas will go over to swing the ball in. So here's the corner. High to the back post. First header, a good one away. Miriam Mostagimi read the ball well. Maya Fernandez. Square ball to Voisey Yulden. She'll concede ground here. Lauren Nada. Nada, short pass to Baxter Thew, who'd stayed forward from the corner. Voisey Yulden breaks away to the left.
Keep them there, guys. Keep them that side.
That's the voice of John Sarukas, the Western City Rangers coach, organising the team behind the ball. Now through the left channel. Trimmers popping up, but offside. Again, the application with which Western City Rangers have defended today is to be commended, given that they conceded 3 to Hills last week, 9 to Wanderers the week before. And they've been on the end of 5 at Apia, 6 at Ravens, 4 at Spirit, 4 at Bulls. When it's got out of hand, it really has got out of hand for them this season. So the longer they can hang in there, the more the belief will flow through the team that this can be a good result for them, even at the end of a tough week. And now it could get a whole lot better, because nearly winning the ball away there was Camilleri, and Sophia Varley came across and cleared that one out into the streets, even over the bleachers on the outer side. Grok. And the ball goes out for an Olympic throw. So around the grounds, Bulls Academy scored right on the stroke of half-time up at Cromer Park. They lead 1-0 against Manly United, which has taken them top of the league, 55 points from UNSW on 53. Apia 49 after their 1-1 draw earlier today against Illawarra. And Western Sydney Wanderers are currently being held 0-0 by Sydney University, so they are on 47. If they win today, they'll go level with Apia on points, but they'd have to win by 6 to overtake them. In fact, 7 to overtake them on goal difference. So probably not going to score 7 in the second half. But that's your top 4. It's locked in. Here comes Wazinski. After winning the ball back in the attacking half, Wazinski to the centre of attack, top of the penalty area. The ball is knocked away out to the left, and the offside flag is up again. As far as the senior table goes, Sydney Olympic on 31, behind University on 32 and Manly on 33. So if they do find a way to win today, they can go level with Manly in 6th on 33 points. They'll be behind them on goal difference. And Western City Rangers, after Illawarra's draw earlier today, they're on 12, Illawarra on 16, but don't forget, relegation is determined by the club championship, where coming into the weekend, Illawarra was top of the under-23s, and they had 34 more points in the under-23s than Western City Rangers, and they were beaten by Olympic earlier this afternoon. So
much better, Rangers, well done!
I do wonder when the day will come that relegation is determined only by the seniors rather than the club championship, but by the rules stipulated this season, we're done with 3 games to go. Fernandez. Nicholas. Through ball nearly found its way through to Petkovsky. The entire Western City defence converged to win it away, though. Kirsten Oscar plays the ball out to Mostagimi.
Charlie, come wide. Charlie, wider. Give her a line.
Chloe Gordon goes for the diagonal ball. Wazinski knocks it back to Johnson. Shins it, though. Thew.
Keep working, Claire. Come on.
Fernandez. Difficult pass to control from Voisey Yulden, who goes back in and wins the ball. And now a little nod header on Trimis.
Well done, guys.
And Mostagimi just cleans things up. Scrappy little passage of play there for Sydney Olympic, not looking overly sharp as they try to win possession in midfield.
Move it. Charlie, go. Someone will come through you. It's fine. One more.
Wazinski weighing up the options, goes through the middle, and Nada coming in from right back, helped out Thew, and Olympic are able to clear their lines, and now Trimis can break into space. And across comes Wazinski. Tremis inside, then out. Plays the pass to Nicholas. Nicholas can't quite stick the return ball, though. Holder. He's going to glide it forward here. Grauke challenging, but quite a physicality difference between those two players, and Baxter Few simply had to hold her ground there to win possession back.
Yeah, come on, keep working here, come on. Yeah, good. Let Coach Chloe, she can go.
Trimis still buzzing around, trying to make something happen, but that's going to ricochet unkindly. Holder, well, plays a pass that was never really a chance to be retrieved.
Back four closer, guys. Go!
Fernandez.
Ready to go.
Few.
Follow,
Opts to play a back pass to Sophia Varley.
No more!
Out to the left side it goes.
Jump, Terrell, jump.
Boise Yulden.
Ready to jump.
Fernandez out to Nada on the right. Lauren Nada. Cuts inside. And on her left foot, couldn't quite shape the pass towards a teammate. Johnson comes in to intercept. Nada right back in, wins the ball away. And she's fouled. And it'll be a free kick over on the right side of midfield. Heavy landing here for Lauren Nada, right in front of the Sydney Olympic bench. Just a little bit winded, seemingly. Heavy landing on the side. And the trainer didn't come on, so 11 versus 11 remains. News of a goal around the grounds. Wanderers have taken a lead against Sydney University. They lead 1-0. Here's the free kick from Baxter Few. High, Kirstanovska comes out and able to make an uncontested catch. So as we work our way towards the hour mark, are we getting closer to more substitutions? We've had just the one so far. Foul given here. Western City Rangers can go on the attack again.
Help us, Chloe, help us. Oh, never mind. Can we move it? Can we move it?
High ball, and that's going to be easy pickings for Thew in the air with the header, but she picks out Camilleri, who can keep Western City on the attack. Zogby plays it back to Mostagimi. Zogby's pass intercepted and stolen away by Witts. And Witts, Chloe Gordon right on her case, so she's going to try and forge forward. And the backtracking here is good and put out for a throw by Zogby. Throw in hard against the line. Petkovsky keeps it in. It's going to sit up here. Nicholas. And the shot straight back towards the keeper. I'm not sure it was even on target. It's been palmed out for another corner kick, but a bit of chaos in the penalty area there. Good use of the throw-in with Petkovsky popping up at the byline there and sending the cutback right into the middle of the 6-yard box. So Olympic have a corner. No time wasted. Trimis brings it in, and it falls at the feet of Thew. It's a tangle for possession. Lots of Western City shirts around the ball, and eventually it is cleared away, and it'll roll out for a throw-in on the right-hand side now. Got to play it down injured here. So waiting just to get a line of sight on the injured player for the Western City Rangers. It was a real scramble. I think it is Miriam Mostagimi who is up now and okay to continue. Indeed it is. So again, no call of the trainer. And on the defensive here, Olympic. Get ready to take the throw in over on the right.
Here, guys.
Camilleri. Into the middle for Gordon. Deflected pass away. Trimis is going to seize upon it here. Trimis dashes forward, plays it for Petkovsky, and Kirstanovska out to the edge of the penalty area, doing very nicely. Long clearance. Witz trying to use her speed here. Hastings sticking to her and deflects the ball out for a throw in. See the frustration building in Morgan Witz. We did see a winger swap in the first half. I wonder if Olympic will think about swapping them back at a similar point in time here in the second. Back pass here. Could be a little dangerous. Petkovsky's going to get to the ball first. Rounds the keeper and steadies and scores. And a little gift is seized upon. Sydney Olympic take the lead through Tiana Petkovsky, and they go in front 2-1.
Head up, guys. Come on, let's go.
Fifth goal of the season for Tiana Petkovsky. And Olympics' control of general play has eventually shown. First goal for Petkovsky since she scored against Apia in round 20. Just watching how that phase of play unfolded, it was a back pass that missed the mark, and Petkovsky was really sharp. As soon as she saw the chance to score, rounded the keeper, and even though there was a defender back on the line, there was no faulting the finish. Holder shoots from kickoff, and it's going to be taken at foot level by Sophia Varley. So 2-1 the score. Olympic have come from behind to lead. Two Western City Rangers have it in them to kick again. Ball through the left here. Wazinski plays the pass back. It's taken away by Juliana Nicholas. And now Witz plays the ball out in front of Trimis. Mostagimi's going to watch it here, watch, and it just had enough to roll out for a goal kick. I think if it was the last minute of the grand final, Trimis might have found a way to get there, but just decided to pull up rather than barge into Miriam Mostagimi there. Just watching the goal back, it was good pressure from Juliana Nicholas, I think it was, to create the back pass from Holder that resulted in the goal. And now Olympic want a third. They would love a safety net. Oh, they're going to almost get it here. My goodness. Kirstanovska's clearance went straight into Petkovsky, and it deflected about a ball width wide of the post. And if the previous goal was a gift, that would have been a fluke, quite simply. You can't win the lotto if you don't buy a ticket, and Petkovsky was right there, very nearly forcing that mistake. The Western City Rangers have got to be composed here because they have had games get away from them and had big scores run up against them at times this season. They've fought well for an hour. The problem is Sydney Olympic have now got a taste for scoring, and they want more. And they're going to seize on it here through Nada. Comes across to win the ball. Ooh, there's a problem for Mostagimi, who's down and sore with an ankle injury. Nada cuts away with the ball in the meantime to the edge of the box. Witz. Morgan Witz is going to shoot. It's blocked away, and now the whistle is going to go from the referee. So Miriam Mostagimi down straight away. Knew it was a bad ankle injury. And the trainer is going to come out and treat it here. And it's not what you want to see. Well, it would have been quite a contentious goal had Morgan Witz lashed it in. But I guess even though the distress was obvious for the fallen player immediately, the referee is not obligated to stop play unless it's a head injury. So treatment is being administered here. Just watching it back, yeah, it was Nada Mostagimi came through and tried to clear with a big swing of the ball, missed it, and then planted awkwardly on landing, which is what's caused the issue here for her. Almost a rolled ankle situation, really. So hopefully not more serious than that, but treatment continues to be administered here. So a sub has been readied. It's Rakaya Alfaraja who is going to come on here for Western City Rangers. Been a penalty up at Cromer Park, so another potential twist in the title race here. Manly United have gone to the spot. Sienna Dale. While we wait for more injury treatment here, let's watch this penalty up at Cromer.
Rangers subs, please. Charlie, Claire, coming off, guys.
Oh, the penalty misses. So Bulls Academy continue to hold their 1-0 lead and top spot in NPL Women's New South Wales as a result. And it looks like we're going to see a triple change, a quadruple change, in fact, here. So Layla Barton in shirt number 21, Rakira Alfaraja in number 33, Gabriella Silva in shirt number 99, and 18-year-old debutante Elizabeth Bailey on for her first appearance in NPL Women's New South Wales first grade. She comes on here as well. So congratulations to her and three other players making their way on. We've got a sub here for Sydney Olympic. It's going to be Jaya Bowman in the number 52 shirt coming on for Kai Buchanan, who did have a very heavily bandaged knee. So her game ends after just over an hour. And just sorting out all the other players that have been subbed out here for Western City Rangers. As we restart play with a drop ball. So real break in momentum there. Quadruple sub from Western City, one for Sydney Olympic. And we're back with live action at the feet of the new Olympic player, Jaya Bowman, playing the ball over to Lauren Nada, who has seemingly switched flanks as a result of the subs, and we've got an offside flag here that has gone up.
Come on. Now get away, get away.
So
Bailey, get on the other side.
it looks as though a couple of the players that did make way were Summer Grauck and Jarrell Boutros, along with Miriam Mostagimi, Trimis, and now Camilleri. Able to break down the left. Trudy Camilleri with a left-footed cross. It's going to slide. Cleared by Nada, and she's going to find an outlet. Possession taken by Tara Bordana, who's also come on here for Sydney Olympic. Bordana on and challenging immediately. Chloe Gordon. And Nada well, won the ball, but a little shallow giveaway is caught by the backtracking Alfaraja. Looks as though Juliana Nicholas was the player subbed off. Here's a ball over the top. Petkovsky has one. She's not going to have a second because she's been caught offside. So that other sub for Sydney Olympic was Tara Bordana coming on and Juliana Nicholas coming off. And Charlotte Page-Johnson was the fourth player in the quadruple sub that made way for the Western City Rangers. So it was Boutros, Mostagimi, Grok and Johnson making way for Alfaraja, Bailey, Silva and Barton. Lots of activity. 6 subs in one go across the two teams. But the action is afoot for Olympic here. Nada playing the ball back to Bowman, who's come on seemingly as a deep-lying midfielder. Maya Fernandez plays the ball to Baxter Thew. Bordana over to Sosai. Now the passing move comes unstuck. Chloe Gordon plays the ball to Wazinski. He's not able to get past Sosai though. Bordana. And the ball cycled around, and then the back pass coming from Zogby to Kirstanovska. Here's Bailey. Plays it out to the left. This is Layla Barton. Bailey, back pass. Oh, almost a shallow back pass, and Kirstanovska gets out in the nick of time. Petkovsky was lurking. Here's Trimis pressing up as well. Barton goes to work against Trimis, or went to ground and just got a nudge, and that was enough to be a foul there. But Barton at risk of diving in on Fernandez had she not been fouled herself.
Bailey, give her an option. Izzy, Bailey, give us an option. React! Go, Gabby, follow Gabby.
Bouncing ball towards Petkovsky. It's going to break out to the right. Tiana Petkovsky goes and chases it down. Now twists across into the box. Who's there, though? It's been knocked away initially by Western City, but Trimis right on the case. Able to win it back. Voise Yulden. Bella Voise Yulden with a shot, and held by Kirstanovska. Well, the chances on goal continue to tick over here for Sydney Olympic. They lead by the odd goal here, 2-1 in front.
Inside, Layla, we're going long. Inside, in. Go beyond, Pat, go beyond.
So as things stand, they'd be up to 33 points Olympic, plus 2 goal difference. Behind Manly on the same number of points and plus 8. In 6th and 7th on the table. Of course, it's only a top 4 in Women's NPL New South Wales, and there's a massive 13-point gap between Western Sydney Wanderers in 4th and the Northern Tigers, who won last night, in 5th. Thew. Possession given away. Barton. Square ball over to Camilleri. First time ball from Hastings. Bailey. Barton, first time ball. Well, the new subs have put on some real energy for the Western City Rangers here. Trying to play a bit higher up the pitch and stop this game turning into all-out attack from Olympic. Here's Voise Yulden through the right. Kirstanovska, again, sharply out of her line and able to clear away.
Lizzie, on those ones, once you follow, just stay with her. Good, Bailey, well done.
And the clearance here that is out for another Olympic throw.
Who's on 12?
Throwing a little aimless into the penalty area. Petkovsky's going to chase it down and turn it into a corner. No lost causes out there with Petkovsky leading the line, and she's able to win a corner kick here. Olympic have had so many corners, you feel like it's going to be inevitable that they will score from one of them eventually. So here's the corner. Good defensive header away initially. Volleyed back in by Olympic, and the ball is cleared.
Ladies, up together! Pressure on the ball! Yep. Don't make it easy. Go! Stay inside, Pat. Just stay inside.
Boise Yulden not able to retrieve that 1-2 pass. Camilleri.
Move it. Good.
Barton. Camilleri. Slowly working her way backwards, and then a back pass. Kirstanovska. Playing out from the back here, Western City Rangers, but it's come unstuck. Fernandez plays the ball to Tara Bordana. Bordana to the edge of the area, and maybe one more pass was too many to Petkovski, who just got caught by a stray arm there, and seemingly hit across the face. And she's going to take a seat here. You can see that unfolding from this side of the pitch. I don't think the trainer is going to be called out here, though. Petkovski just getting her bearings and then back to her feet.
Go!
Fernandez. Boise Yulden. And Bordana trying for a crossfield ball over to the wing that Peter Trimis was on, but couldn't quite connect. Kirstanovska out to retrieve. Camilleri still looking to find a way to create an equaliser out there, but Baxter Thew is letting nothing through. Varley's pass a little dangerous. Sosai plays it back to Thew. Trimis's touch is a loose one, and Western City have the ball back. Wazinski back to Barton, and Wazinski into the middle. Good touch by Silva, not quite. Sosai and Thew. Fernandez now, her turn to have the first touch abandoned her, and the slide challenge from Boise Yulden concedes a throw in. Chloe Gordon, Silva, Barton out on the wing, trying to find a way into the middle, but Maya Fernandez is there to block, and Boise Yulden with Sosai is able to clear it away. Bouncing ball down the line. Western City trying to find a way forward. Fernandez wants to escape with the ball, but Barton's not letting her get away. Bailey plays it to Silva. Now a block tackle from Gordon off Trimis. And it's going to be an Olympic ball. Throw in from Sosai. Off the head of Petkovski. Physical play from Bordana, able to win her team a throw in. Sliced clearance. Silva over the top. Camilleri trying to thread it through the left. Across comes Thew, able to knock the ball away. Camilleri taking on Sosai. Boise Yulden has the ball back in midfield. Bordana through ball here. Petkovski's quick. She's going to get to the ball. A question to the finish, and it's a good one. 2 for Tiana Petkovski and 3 for Sydney Olympic. And they open up a gap in the game, and they go up 3-1. And the physicality and persistence there was on show. Bordana with a good pass, and well, without Miriam Mostagimi out there, there was just a bit of disorganisation in the Western City defence. A few players heads on a swivel looking at each other there. And you can't underestimate the presence of Mostagimi, who's just been an ever-present player this year. And with her having left the game injured, that was a little bit chaotic. And Petkovski able to exploit it. She's got 2. So her 5th and 6th goals of the season now. Good move from Coach Sam McGowan to put her up to centre forward at half-time. And it's really paying off as Sydney Olympic now seemingly have this game in pocket. And again, it's going to be a real test for the resilience of Western City Rangers from here. They have been competitive in the game all evening, really, but the scoreline is just starting to get away from them here. And Olympic don't really look like a team that wants to let up. Of course, so many of these players were in the A-League Women's last season and are trying to get back there this summer. So I don't think there's such thing as a dead rubber for pretty much all these players in the Olympic team at the moment. They won't care that they're out of the finals mix. They've All going to put their best foot forward. And here goes Bordana. She's breaking down the left. Hastings sprinting back trying to catch her. Ball into the middle. Petkovsky for the hat-trick. It's just wide. Good save by Kirstanovska. And that was important. And it would have been a hat-trick for Sydney Olympics. Tiana Petkovsky, but that close-range finish was denied by the goalkeeper. We've ticked into the final 10 minutes here. Trimmers takes the corner. First head, a good one away by Zogby. Follow-up volley from Boise Yulden, and it tumbles wide. Bella Boise Yulden hasn't scored this season. That one not hitting the target. Camilleri trying to weave past Sosai, who's letting nothing past, and well, that one is enough to constitute a foul. I think Sosai can feel a little hard done by there, but free kick is the decision of the referee. We haven't seen a card in this game so far. It doesn't appear one's appearing anytime soon. If they can get it back to 3-2, it could just plant some seeds of doubt here. Western City Rangers. Can Camilleri produce the right free kick to cause some mayhem in the penalty area? Here comes the set piece. Camilleri with a flat-driven delivery that is headed away by Fernandez. And Trivis has prevented it going out for a corner kick by clearing it for a throw. Barton takes the throw in. Gordon. Barton challenged by Sosai. And that is out for a goal kick. So well done, Lola Sosai, winning the ball away. Around the grounds, it's still Bulls Academy 1, leading Manly United 0. And Western Sydney Wanderers 1, leading Sydney University 0. Thew, ambitious pass, trying to find Witts on the left side of the field. Hastings won the ball back into the penalty area. Boise Yulden. Now around the corner from Bordana, but straight to Bailey. Camilleri to Gordon. Alfaraja. Pass intercepted on that occasion by Boise Yulden. Jaya Bowman. Peter Trimis. Able to step through one challenge from Chloe Gordon. Back to Boise Yulden again. Witts, and then Boise Yulden, Petkovsky, who attempts to pass the ball on blocked.
Come on, Gabby! Come on!
Thew, out to the right, where Sosai is making some width. Lola Sosai taking on Catalina Wazinski. Is going to double back here. Really nice roll on the ball.
No cross!
Fernandez. Bordana. Boise Yulden. Trying to prod it through a gap. Block tackle comes. Deflected away from Sosai, but there are numbers over on the right for Olympic here. Fernandez. She plays it back. Peter Trimis lifts across into the near post. Headed away initially. Alfaraja misses the additional clearance. So Witts has the chance to trap the ball in the attacking third. Sosai getting forward. Lola Sosai with a left-footed drive off the back of Bailey. Falls to Lauren Nada. Nada leaves the ball with Witts, who's trying to advance forward against Alfaraja. And Alfaraja fights in front and is able to win the ball away. And now Gabriela Silva turning into midfield, but straight into trouble. And Bordana goes and wins the ball back for Olympic. Thew. Bordana out to the right. Trimis, can she keep it in? Yes, she does. Right against the paint of the line. Trimis swings the ball in, and arriving just a little too late was Witts. And Hastings is able to clean up and clear away. Well, Petkovsky was unmarked in the middle, but the cross was beyond her, and Morgan Witts nearly made it work. It's relentless from Olympic at the moment. Here's Bordana with a long shot, and held on to by Kirstanovska. Absolutely no let-up for the home side here. Sydney Olympic want more goals. They have no desire to sit back on their two-goal buffer at the moment. Sosai. Petkovski tries to take on Barton. Square ball, Voisi Yulden. And that pass is going to find its way over to Nada on the wing. Nada bursting towards the edge of the box, but good challenge from Hastings to win the ball away. Wazinski plays the ball out in front of Camilleri. Camilleri chasing, trying to twist a pass back. Two Olympic players to contend with, though. And Baxter Few was safe on that occasion and won the ball away. Bowman out to Nada, and Nada can't quite trap the ball. So as it runs away, it looks as though there's another sub coming for Sydney Olympic. The number 14, Maya Braun, is coming on here. Just listening to the shouting from the bench here, working out who's coming off. There's also going to be a change for the Western City Rangers. And it's Estella Sen who is coming on here for Chloe Gordon. And Lola Sosai was the player who made way for Maya Braun, who is into the game. So Western City Rangers have just about emptied their bench here. Everyone except Isabella Preston and the backup goalkeeper Samantha Wilkinson. They've made 5 changes now.
Jump, jump, jump!
Back pass here. Varley, got to be careful. Camilleri is going to run this right to the finish line with no let up here. Fernandez from midfield, through the left. Witts against Hastings. Witts cuts onto her right foot and puts it high and wide. Just hasn't been her night, Morgan Witts. She's certainly found a pretty good opponent direct head-to-head out on that wing in Kira Hastings, and that little duel has become less relevant, you'd have to say, as the game has gone on due to a number of other spot fires from Olympic teammates that Western City haven't quite been able to put out. Here's another of them as the ball deflects out again. Petkovski, who's really made a nuisance of herself pressing from the front.
Estella, go inside now, straight away. Inside and under.
And looking at the stats here, it looks as though it's also a first senior appearance in first grade of the season for the 18-year-old Estella Sen. So a couple of new faces making appearances now for the Western City Rangers at the back end of their season. Attempted through ball here. Here's a chance for Silva. Silva, quick head check of what's on in the middle. Barton's waiting. Oh, and the pass too close to the keeper. Well, that's the best chance that Western City have had in the second half. And it was Layla Barton who was advancing in. Would have been game right back on at this late stage of the night had she got there in time. I just wonder if Gabriela Silva could have backed herself there on the tight angle, but Barton was a bit hard to deny advancing forward through the middle. Another 18-year-old player for the Western City Rangers. Here's Sen. Happy to play a back pass all the way to Kirstanovska. She's going to get a return ball here. Sen turning down the line. Bowman charging through. Jay Bowman with real energy. Plays it to Tara Bordana. Morgan Witts wants one more pass, and it's just beyond her here. Witts goes and takes the ball against the byline. Looks at what's on in the middle. And Tremis is going to volley. It's blocked, and it hits the post and out. Well, Petkovski watched it, maybe not wanting to pinch a goal off her teammate there. And eventually it found its way out for what looks like a corner kick. Peter Tremis with a deflected strike that has ended up just missing the target. Petkovski nearly had another tap-in sit up for her there if it had just deviated slightly differently off the post. There's still a corner, though. Tremis over the head of Few and chasing it outside the penalty area is Petkovski. It's got Bowman there in support. Petkovski twisting and turning, goes to ground. Now Fernandez arrives. And Fernandez plays the ball back to Voisi Yulden. Nada. Braun. And Boise Yulden with a long ball. Petkovsky gets a touch. Witz, it looked like a handball, and an eagle-eyed referee agrees. Yeah, Morgan Witz volleying it up into her own hand, and that's what allowed it to run on like that to her advantage. No protests either. So we're in the last minute of the 90 now. There's been no let-up in the tempo. It's a credit to the two teams putting on a pretty good game out here today. Do Olympic have a fourth in them, though? Can Tiana Petkovsky leave the game with a hat-trick as Thew is kicked by Silva and receives a free kick?
Ref, he was back there. Referee, he was back there.
Fernandez. Braun. Back to Boise Yulden. Touch on by Petkovsky to Fernandez. Bowman. Petkovsky, flag stays down. Petkovsky from the right side of the box. And it goes out with a touch on the way from Kirstanovska. Looked like it was off target regardless, but Kirstanovska wasn't taking any risks and palmed it on out for a corner to be taken from over on the left. And Morgan Witz has taken over corner duties now. We've ticked into stoppage time at the end of the night. Are they finally going to score from a corner here, Olympic? They've had so many in the game. Witz, low to the near post, a little scuffed ball, and Barton, I hope that wasn't your car that it just landed on the roof of, but out it goes for another corner kick. And Morgan Witz will be take two here. So a bit more elevation on this corner. Kirstanovska, double fist away. And a shot on the turn from Bordana, blocked straight off the boot. Camilleri is the most advanced Western City player. Has it all to do here against Bordana. Forging out to the right, and now can turn back and try to find a teammate in space. Bailey, it runs beyond her. Silva, now out to the left. Wazinski. Can there be a late show here for Western City? Wazinski pushes the ball on, waiting for a return pass that was never forthcoming from Alfaraja. Sen. And eventually cleared away by Trimis. Bailey. And Alfaraja. Bailey back into the middle for Zogby. Zogby challenged by Bordana. Bounces off and plays the ball onto Hastings. Out to the right flank. Barton, and it deflects out. About 2 minutes of additional time. Referee takes a look at the watch. We have had a couple of players go down hurt briefly in this second half, and then the one lengthy injury to Miriam Mostagimi. So perhaps 3 or 4 minutes might be in order. Boise Yulden has moved into a more defensive role after all the subs for Olympic. Here's a ball from Bordana. Trimis. And Alfaraja, fresh off the bench, is able to outrun her here and play the back pass to Kirstanovska. Sen passed into the middle. Little dangerous. It's going to bounce over the shoulder of Bailey. Through comes Baxter Thew. Thew has got Witz wide on the wing. That's where the ball is going. Morgan Witz. Not going to have the final say here. Fernandez. Bordana slipping to ground, but still got a pass over to Bowman. Bowman's got no one wide on the right, so waiting for an option to appear. Trimis thought about a long shot, decides against it. Bit of fancy footwork coming out at the end of the night. Bordana, Fernandez, it's a long chain of passes. Can Olympic finish their work here? Bowman, underlapping run was a good one from Fernandez, and the cross is blocked away. Well done, Bailey. Sydney Olympic were looking for a nice little goal for the highlight reel at the end of the night there with a long chain of passes, but Elizabeth Bailey had other ideas and put it behind for a corner. Peter Trimis takes the corner. High to the back post. Kirstanovska with one fist up. And the full-time whistle goes before Jaya Bowman shot. And even though it ended up in the net, the full-time whistle had gone. So 3-1 is the final score. Sydney Olympic continue their push to finish among the best of the rest in season 2026. 3 points here will move them to within 3 of the Northern Tigers with 2 rounds to go. So top 4 might be off the table, but 5th place still very much up for grabs for Olympic. They've taken care of business today. Western City Rangers opened the scoring through 16-year-old Summer Grawk. The equaliser was thanks to Juliana Nicholas, who was able to fire in with her 9th of the season, and then a second half double for Tiana Petkovski proved to be the difference between the two teams. So that full-time score, Western City Rangers 1, Sydney Olympic 3. My name's Teo Pellizzeri. Thanks for your company on the Football New South Wales YouTube channel and on behalf of our broadcast partner Sportscast Australia as well. It's good night from Popondetta Park. Thanks for joining us for this one.
Maybe that.